Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Today we're going to be doing some junk journaling, and I'm going to do an altered book. And we have a paper doll kit that has been, it is a printable from Blue Ring Etsy store. And so it's a lot of fun. I've got all kinds of stuff already cut for us. And so that is what we're going to be using today. So we are over in the Junk Journaling Jamboree group over on Facebook. It's a free group, and I'm also streaming not only on Facebook but on YouTube. So if you see me making any comments to somebody that you don't see what in the world I'm responding to, that's why they're over on the other platform. So I am just going to bring up comments here and make sure that I can see, because what fun would it be if we can't see the comments, right? There's Jimmy Lou. Hey there, she's got me sprinkled into the group. Hi, Betty. How are you? So what happens is, if you're in the junk journaling group, if you can stay right there and see everybody all day long, and so we have all kinds of great presenters today, and everybody's using the same kit. So that's what makes it really fun, is being able to see how many people use the same kit in very different ways. And I always think that's really interesting because, it just gives you lots of ideas, right? Hi, Kathy, Carol, Judy, Cheryl, Linda. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me. So right before me was Bev. She's her page is Bev's Creating with Love and Whimsy. She had all kinds of fun stuff ready to go, and so that's always fun to see what everybody does, right? So if you're in the group, all you have to do is just refresh the page, and then the next presenter is going to be there. And today, the next presenter following me is her page. It's Lisa, and her page is called Craft Therapy with Lisa Ahmad. And so, it's always fun to see everybody. So, hey, Molly, how are you? Debbie, Cindy, Carol, Darla, Anne Marie. Oh, we got lots of people popping on. Oh, we have quite a few people already. That's wonderful. I tell you, I really wondered how this would go, because it seems like sometimes we are not having really great luck being streamed out anywhere from the book. So speaking of book, let's get right to it. Let me put you down here. Hi, Nicholas, Linda, Sue. Oh, everybody is popping in here. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Today's Tuesday, but it doesn't matter, because you can always come back and see what we're doing, and it doesn't matter what day of the week it is, right? What's I going to do? I'm trying to get you down here to the desktop view. That's what's going on. So you guys, I decided to make my journal I'm going to make it like an altered book. We're going to use an old Reader's Digest. And so I thought this would be kind of fun. Now, first off, we are going to start, and we're going to decorate the cover. And so what I have got is, I've got some gel medium here, and I'm going to use that. You could use the Mod Podge or whatever you want to use. Well, I was looking for my little tool thing. I should have grabbed it out. I don't see where it is. I don't want to stick my finger in. Oh, here's something I can use. You guys, I don't like to just stick a finger in products like that, because you just get, it doesn't matter how many times you wash your hands or whatever you do, you're just going to introduce bacteria into stuff. And you guys, you know what my best tool is that I like to use? It's my fingers. And I know a lot of people don't like to feel all of that, but you know what? I can tell, I can get a good idea of how thick the coverage is. I can see, where there's parts that don't have any coverage. And it's really I really like using my fingers to do that. You kind of are doing some finger painting, huh? Now, I don't mind if it goes out past my little page. What I'm going to use is, I'm going to use one of these that was some of the kind of the music pages. Okay, so I don't want it real thick, and I'm just going to put that down here. If I can see that that's kind of larger than I was thinking it was. So let me pull it out here farther. Make sure I get that out there. And I can kind of wipe this down, and that will be, But I don't care, because even if it goes out past where that is, it's going to be okay. Okay, look at that. And I could even take a wet wipe. I'm always saying a wet wipe is the crafter's best friend, right? Hey, Susan. Sparky Chris, how are you doing? Okay, and I could just wipe this off on the outside if I don't want that showing, but I don't know. You know what? I feel like I need a tiny bit more here. Just kind of seal down the edge. How many of you have used like one of the Reader's Digest books to make something? Now, I kind of wish I would have scooted it a little bit more that way. You could probably see better in your view than I can here at the desk. Well, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to live with it. I'm just going to live with it. Hey, Debbie, how are you doing? It's upside down. No, it's not upside down. And I'll tell you why. Here's writing up here, and the writing is not upside down. And these bars of music, and it's kind of weird, I know, some of it looks kind of upside down, but these beginning bars of music, they're going the right direction, the notes are. So, you know, so that's how you can tell that it is right side up. Okay, now we're going to put one of our paper dolls on. Now, what I did was I used my, now this one could have been paper. I printed my dolls out on cardstock. I found a wonderful lightweight cardstock, and I don't have my package right here. I'll tell you what it was. And I have put it on my page, and I can always come back and tell you what it is. But I got to figure out what we're going to put on her at the to start out with. Let's see. Let's find something. And I have an idea of something else to do with some kind of a crocheted or some kind of lacy stuff that I have. So I want, well, maybe I should just grab it out. You guys, I have a couple of things that I recently got at, oh man, this piece is way longer than I thought, you guys. I started pulling it out and it just kept coming out farther and farther. Hey Cheryl, hi Lisa, thank you. Hey Rhonda, thanks everybody for, you have a real hard time with music sheets. That's okay. It's okay. So I've got this, and I thought it would be kind of fun to make her kind of a different skirt on the front. So let's see if there's one of these that would kind of look fabulous with. I don't know. I probably should have already dreamed this part up, you guys. Oh, I don't know. And then it covers up her hands. Let's see if there's anything. Well, this is, if you know me, you know me. I'm always doing something crazy like this. I'll get started and then, oh, here. This one, her hands are above her waist. Okay, that's going to make that one the winner. Okay, let's do this one. So first off, we're going to have to put it, but look at you guys. Look at all of these dresses that she's got. She's got a ton of dresses. She has a great wardrobe, right? Okay, so let's put her on here. She could have been paper, but I did make her, and let's kind of get her centered. I kind of like this. Let's put her here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply some of the gel medium there and get her started and stuck down there so she's in the right place to start with. And then we'll put some down here. So basically we're kind of just decoupaging our paper doll onto the front. Okay, so let's just get her put down here. How many of you have done some kind of an altered book before? Anybody? I kind of like doing it. Some people are very opposed to that. They feel like it's a crime against books. You know, I could, let's see if we can scoot her over Dab. Boy, she's just slipped right over there, didn't she? It looks like either way, I mean, they're going to have to trim that off, and I don't care. I guess if I'm going to have some scooted off, I'd rather it be that way, and I can live with that. I think that's kind of cute. So I love this. It's kind of a, it's made it kind of a gel medium applicator. That worked out way better than I thought, you guys. Look at that. This was something I just picked up. Actually, it had been in a box from an order, and it was some kind of a fabulous little tool that I'd gotten from Close to My Heart. And so Close to My Heart is going to be no more by the end of June. And this is the last month that the people who are selling Close to My Heart, this is the last month that they can sell anything and receive any kind of their commissions on it. So kind of an end of an era. Okay, there we go. Now let's go ahead and let's seal her down a little bit, and this is why I like to use my fingers, because you can really smear that around and you can tell that you just have a light coat on it. And that's all I want, is a light coat. I love it. Hi, Sue. How are you? We got 2 Sues with us. I'm going to put a little bit more on here. And then you can just really feel where you don't have any. Or if it's too thick, you can tell that as well. Okay. And you don't want it too much. I mean, you don't need to go overboard, right? And so where you can see that it is like kind of thick and globby, we don't really need that much, but you know, it begins to be a little harder to get. Now, you can see what's happening. I've rubbed it so much that now my ink is starting to kind of bleed out. So I need to stop because I don't really want it all pink. And that's okay though. That's kind of a, who knows, maybe that's kind of a bonus problem that I've made for myself. I'll kind of wipe it down. It's still got the gel medium on there, but I'm kind of wiping some of that so it's not so much of a pink tone everywhere. There. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna kind of do that. All right. So now we've got her, and I'm gonna go ahead and close this up for now. So Sue says she has made some altered books. They're fun, aren't they? Hi, Donna, Mickey. Got lots of friends joining us today. Thanks, everybody. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's make her some skirt. Now, I've tried to decide which way. I actually think I like it better like this, so it looks kind of layered, and we'll need to turn it this way. Oops, it's going to be hanging off the book. Well, that's funny. And then later we could put some ribbon or something on it. You know what? Let me just go ahead and cut a piece off. Well, I don't want more than I need, right? Let's see. We'll just give it a little gather. Let's just cut it to over here, though. Yeah, I was surprised how big this was. I found this whole box of this. Got a whole bunch of goodies here. I got it from an estate sale, and I didn't realize how much stuff was in it when I first picked it up and brought it home. You know, and here's another thing you can do, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this off a little nicer, and then I think I'll just dab a little glue on and make sure that it doesn't fray, and then maybe I don't really need to what am I saying? Then I don't have to fold it under if I don't want to. Maybe I'll do that. This would make her a big skirt, and she's got a big skirt. Let's see. Maybe I should have grabbed a needle and thread. Look what a big skirt she's got like that. Okay, so what I like to do is take my glue. What did I do with my glue? Oh, there it is. Hang on, you guys. I filled up my glue bottle and then I left it over on the table. Oh, there she is. There's our blue ring design prints. Let me follow her real quick. Sure. And so then she's in the comments right now, and she's letting everybody know that she is offering us a code for 30% off. And the code is just Jamboree. So you guys can remember that. Jamboree. Because that's what we're in. Our Junk Journal Jamboree. Now, I just always dab a little on this, on the edges like this of lots of stuff. And then it'll just keep it from fraying anymore. They used to have something, I don't know if they still make it, but they used to have a thing they kept over in the fabric departments everywhere, and it was called Fray Check. I don't even know if they make that anymore. I haven't sewed in ages and ages. Well, a little bit here and there, but not like I used to. I used to make the kids clothes and all kinds of stuff, and then once the girls got bigger, they just couldn't handle mom sewing their clothes. I mean, how awful, right? They would want to go buy the junkiest stuff. And one of my girls, we were laughing about it not long ago, and I said, it was so junky it would only last like a season. And she said, well, that's all we wanted it, because by the next year it wasn't going to be cool again. Like, well, that's true. And you know what? I guess I really kind of even quit doing my own clothes, because I found out that, I could go try something on and I would know how it looked, how it fit and everything else, as opposed to making something that then I didn't even like by the time I got done. And that would make me so irritated. But I did lots of that kind of sewing, getting done and not even liking it. And my mother-in-law told me one time, she said her mom used to say, the ugliest fabric makes the prettiest dresses. And I told her, I said, you know what? I'm almost not surprised, because I could go and pick out fabric that I absolutely loved, like the print and everything. And by the time I was, by the time it was done, I didn't even like it. I didn't even think that it had made that pretty of a design or a garment. So, it kind of lost its luster for me, especially when it got to where it was just cheaper to go get something to start with. But, yeah. So somebody said they think that they still do. Betty says that she thinks they still make that. Hi, Jerry. Pat. Betty says she thinks they still do. Oh, my goodness. It looks like a creative... No, it was close to my heart. But yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be great for... I don't even remember what it was supposed to be for, honestly. But look, it worked good for that. You guys, I gotta get another wipe. I got too much sticky on my hand now. Okay, so let's see about getting her skirt on here. Let's see what we can do. I kind of don't want to... If I gather it too much like that, that's really going to be bulky. What if we... Well, I should have messed around with this sooner. What if we just do this and make her a smaller waist? We could do that and get that stuck down there, and then later we could put a ribbon or something on there so she has a pretty waistband. For this, let's use our Fabri-Tac. Although my Fabri-Tac, you guys, I need to get one of those Sugar Bell bottles like everybody has, and I tell you, whether this even works or not, that'll be debatable. I don't know. It seems like it's really thick and gloppy. I should have paid attention the way I picked it up. But yeah, I can see it's down here. Oh my goodness, it's so thick. Oh my goodness, you guys. I don't even know if it's going to work. We'll try. We'll try, right? Oh my goodness. Now, this sticks a little bit faster for fabric than my other glue. My other glue will hold it, though. Okay. We got to make sure it kind of covers all that up. There. Okay. And then we can kind of mess around with that later, because I don't want to spend all the time working on her skirt. Let's make her a little pleat here. There. All right. Okay. Yes, I could have done that. And I thought about grabbing out here because I made a cute little, and it's kind of longer. I should have pushed her up. I should have measured her skirt before we started, you guys, but it's okay. It is all right. She'll be able to live. Oh my goodness. Make sure that still scoots out of there because I do not want to have to deal with that stuck. Okay, so let's move on. So there she is. There's our little gal on our front, and we could, you know, put some other lace or some other trim around there if we want to. I think she's stuck good enough. We can go ahead and start doing stuff inside, and probably I'll need to tuck the edges and glue those a little bit. That would probably make more sense. But look at this. Now, I saw Bev's little thing she had made. I've made a little book in a book here. So this is going to give us a little bit of room. And all I'm going to do on here, you guys, I'm just going to glue the back page down. And that's it. And I'm just going to have that in there. So we're going to do this and just put a book in a book. Oh, I don't know, though. Hey, you know what would be maybe a better idea? Let's see, what if we did that on the inside? Let's do it up here on the cover. I like that idea better. I'm going to put it right here. So now we've got a book in a book. Oh, I like that way better. Okay. Sometimes ideas on the fly are the best. Hey, Dina. Well, thank you for that info, Carol. Okay, so now then, let's see. Let's get out. Okay, I got the dresses. Now, my dresses and my girl, I printed, these are just on paper. These are kind of a heavier paper. The girls I did on cardstock. So I put these at, shoot, I think I did these at 80% so they would fit in here onto the pages, because otherwise they were way too big. So that was what I did with those, was to just bump them down to 80%. So some of the things, like the music pages, I bumped down to 90%. And that way, and you know what, that's just an easy thing to do. You just got to kind of know how your printer works, right? And just give it, just let it help you with the sizing, you guys. Just print out something, see, you know, and some of that is just kind of trial and error. So I'm just going to ink this a little bit. And let me just give one of my girls a little bit of ink. Okay, now, you know, how many of you used to play with paper dolls? And I want to know where you got your paper dolls. Did you buy paper dolls? Who remembers having some that were like in the back of the a magazine. Keeping bottles upside down helps, right? Yep. Yes, that's true. Except this one, there is something. This bottle is crazy anyway. I don't know what its problem is. I can't keep it upside down because it continues to seep out and it gets clogged up in the end. It's a naughty bottle. So that's, I have no idea. This one I don't ever have to keep upside down. I just keep it like this. The nozzle is so tiny though that if there is glue in there that you have the lid off for any amount of time, it sticks in there. It's, it gets hard and you can't do anything with it. So as long as I keep its little cap on, and I just have this piece of painter's tape here, and I usually keep a little straight pin, a long straight pin in there. And the one I had in here the other day, the little head came off of it, and I forgot to grab a new one. That's why I'm so concerned about, not letting that get dried out right now. Okay, so we've got some people telling about their paper doll experience. Okay, Mitzi says she had books of paper dolls. Yes, those were fun, weren't they? I tell you, I can remember feeling so fortunate if I could get a set of paper dolls from the store. It felt like the luckiest day ever, right? Betty says she thinks she got some from her birthday. Yeah, it was so fun. Yes, McCall's. Bev, I was thinking that. I was thinking that McCall's was where that was from. Okay, you guys, this is what I'm going to do. You're going to think this is goofy. Now, I'm going to glue her down. I'm going to glue part of her down. At least one side for now. Because what was the fun of paper dolls? The fun of paper dolls was the fact that you could change their clothes, right? So here she is right here. And we can tuck her in here so she can wear this other dress. Okay, so we're just going to leave that on one side open like that so she can wear her dress there if she wants to, because she might like to change clothes. Well, let's go ahead and let's kind of ink some around the edges here. Now, and you can also put, maybe I'll just give a little hint of color around here, and I missed the other side. You guys know I'm always doing that. So what do? We grab a piece of paper and we can do this. It's never too late for inking. Never. Just grab a little paper and help yourself out. Now that made kind of a hard line. Okay. So now she can jump in there. I'm waiting for that glue to dry a little bit. So now we can just tuck her in there. Now I need to make sure, I guess, that doesn't stick right there. But what we could do is we could tuck her in there, and let's see. Oh, here we go. I knew I could figure this part out. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of glue along here. Now we can put this girl right here, and then she can change clothes. Okay, so there we've got her like that. Amazon has everything. Yes, isn't that true? Come with the file and the paper dolls. You know what? That's a good question. I am not sure about that. Is our designer still in here? I don't know if she is watching the whole thing or not. She gave us a promo code. I honestly did not go over to the site, to the Etsy site, and check out whatever else she had. I was too busy printing and cutting. So I don't know. But that's a good question. Who knows? Jimmy Lou, do you know, or any of our other presenters today? Do you guys know? I'm sorry, I do not. So we've got our book in a book. We've got pockets. We've got little tabs. Let's do some other stuff here real quick. So I've got one of those iris cases that I put some stuff in over here. So here's the pockets. The pockets I just did on paper, and I only did one side. They're only on one side. But here's what the pockets look like. I mean, there's some with some music, just the music. I think I only printed out the ones that had the floral pattern on top of the music. There are so many pockets, you guys. So many. So let's go ahead and, oh, I forgot to grab my little circle punch. I think it got put away. See what happens when you put stuff away? That's what I'm going to tell my husband. I just lose it if I put it away. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What about you guys? Now, I'm just going to fold these. I'm not going to do any scoring or anything. I'm just going to fold them by hand. It's got lines on here, so it makes it kind of easy to keep it straight. So I'm going to fold my tabs in. And yeah, lines always help you keep things lined up, right? And just a tiny bit. I thought I heard Bev say that it was different sets. So I'm hesitant to say. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? What a pretty pocket. Now, if you don't want the squared off corners, man, I wish I had my circle punch, but I don't, so let's move on. I might just round the corners just a teeny wee bit. So we can put a pocket in, and as long as we are working here on the front, you know what, let's just go ahead and put this pocket right there on that facing page. Okay. And it's probably crooked. I don't know how. I tell you what, I think part of the problem is when you are sitting down, it kind of gives you an odd perspective, I think, is probably part of what the problem is. Okay, now I made these on cardstock. So I printed these on a lightweight cardstock. These were the cards. And on the back side, I ran them through, and I put the, with the card file, there's also a piece that looks like just lined paper. And so I did that one and just ran through the cards, a sheet of the cards. There's like 4 per page. I just ran that through, and then I just printed this on the back. So then I've got some lines there. And then there were so many fun little tabs, although I had to ask what they were. Okay, now I want to tell you why. I had so much trouble deciding what they were. And somebody had to tell me even at that. I didn't figure it out. So these little pieces that look like this, and this one you can't see so much, but you know, they're indented on both sides. And it's like just flat. And so I'm thinking, well, these are paper dolls. So I'm thinking this is like reminiscent of, it reminds me of like a waist. And I'm like, well, is this something like a dress form? Was it supposed to be something for, you know, clothing, or what in the world was it? And I could not, but you know, the whole paper doll thing is like stuck in my mind about clothing and stuff. So I'm like thinking, well, it seems odd to have these tiny little dress forms and they're not really shaped exactly right. Well, that's because they were tabs. Oh my goodness. Oh, Jerry's from Spring, Texas. She's here in the state with me. Where else is everybody from? We got people from all over, I tell you. Yes. Yes, Jimmy Lou stands up. It's 2 different files. So, okay, Sue says it's 2 different files. I was thinking it was 3. There was the paper dolls, the cards, and the pockets. Oh, and we've got one with the music. That almost seems like 4 different ones. So let's go ahead and let's put a little tab on here. We'll just glue that on that outside edge. Sarah's from Iowa. She's fairly new to the group. Nice. Welcome. You'll have a lot of fun. We do a variety of paper crafty things. Some people seem to be more, you know, pretty consistent with their junk journals. I'm all over the place with paper crafts. On my page, we do all kinds of paper crafts. It could be scrapbooking, card making, all kinds of stuff. Mixed media, journals. We could do some paper constructing of some type or another. Okay, so I got that on there. And then that could go right here in this pocket. So there we go. That's kind of fun. And I would probably like to put a piece of this down and give us another girl. We need to put a pocket though. I tell you what, let's make... Oh, now I kind of wish I would have gone this direction. You know, this is a heavy piece right here. I am going to make a different pocket. Actually, I think I'm going to pull this a little bit forward. And that is irritating about my... You know what? Let me see if I can just make... What do we have that's like a little circle? We can do this. Let me just cut this out and give it a little finger hole here. You know, not everybody always had paper punches, right? And you don't have to have one. Whew, that's probably the quietest you've ever heard me. Or not heard me. Yes, all printables. Yes, they are all printables. So, is there Miss Blue Ring Design Prints? you can tell us how many files was it that we had that we're using that they would need to look for in your shop. Okay, I'm just going to make this one. Whoops, oops, oops. And here's, always if you're gluing something that has a shorter side, be sure to put your glue on the shorter side so you don't end up with glue where you didn't need it. So just on these edges, I'm going to press those down. And I'm going to just round this a little bit and Same thing. You don't have to have a corner rounder. Just snip that tiny bit off. So you guys, following me is going to be Lisa Maud. Okay. We're going to put our paper doll girl is going to live in that pocket. Actually, I think she's got a couple of sisters too. Yep, she's got a couple of sisters here too still. So I'm not sure what we're going to... Oh, I'm still trying to glue this. So there's all kinds of things. I'm going to come back and I'm going to work some more on this project on Thursday. I'm not going to be live tomorrow, but I'm going to come back and work some more on it on Thursday, and I will be on at 3 p.m. Eastern if you want to come back and visit, and we'll work some more on it that day. Wendy says she went and checked out the designer, and she says she wants all of it. Okay, so now we could put the sisters all in here, except we want to make some more. So let's see how that's gonna work. Is that really gonna work like we planned? Oh, this got a little bit tight. I got her crooked. Oh, it's a little bit tight, you guys. There we go. There. So I had to release her a little bit there, but that'll be... Whoop, and there she went. Goodbye. Okay, so let's do another dress, you guys. And so we can put more lace and embellishments on this, and we can go through our story and just add more of our girls, more of our clothes, actually. We've got everything from kind of she's outside somewhere, and here she's got her shawl. So she's going somewhere there. Maybe if she's going somewhere, maybe that should be towards the end of the book. She's on her way out. So same thing. We want to... Oh, let me grab these. We want to just put, and I learned my lesson on the first one. I'm going to keep this on the edges here. Oh, wait, I wanted this on there. Oh, well, here. Let's make sure. Well, let's see. She's got a lot of black in her coat. Oh, that would be kind of pretty. I'm going to do that. And this time I'm just going to glue this in. I'm not going to decoupage it down. I think that will work just fine for this one. It's all 30% off? Oh. Christina says she has personally never seen paper dolls till she got into paper crafts recently. You mean ever? That makes me wonder. You must be younger. Are you younger? Are you a younger person than some of us who've been paper crafting forever? You must be a younger person. 'Cause back in the olden days, I could venture to say probably almost all of us had done something with paper dolls. Okay, so I'm going to put her on here. I am not going to, I don't know what I'm not going to do. I'm not used to saying that. Sure, you're 53. Okay. Yeah, that's much younger. I wonder if by the time you might have been, ready to play with paper dolls. I'm wondering if some of those magazines were not quite as popular, and I don't know. Now, one of the things, like when you use one of these like Reader's Digest books, some of them have these pictures that you might want to pull out and use for something else. I don't need those pictures to be in my book that I'm working on. That does not go with my paper doll gals at all. And the way that they have these, I would say this is kind of, would you say like Victorian looking? I would not want them over there. No, it seems like I left one out, didn't I? Because I had 3 left. What did I do with her? Oh, she's stuck in there. No, because that was 4. No, that's 4, because we've got our girl on the front. There's 2 there and 1 over here. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's see. Let's make sure she fits in here. And there she is. And she can wear her dress. That one goes a little bit down lower. She's got a high collar. And I can't glue too far up here, because see, you wouldn't be able to get her out. So you have to be really careful if you want to do this crazy technique. I don't know if anybody else will want to try it. Oh, Rose says back in her childhood, Grandma gave them old catalogs to cut up. Paper dolls glued to doll to card box material for... I can't even read. I can't even talk. Like I say, words are hard. Flour and water paste. Yes. The ultimate homemade paste. Flour and water. Yep. How many of you have made flour and water paste? I have. I certainly have. Loved your paper dolls. Yes, Anne Marie. Right? It was so much fun. And you could just dress those dolls up. And, you know, I think part of what we all did was first we had to cut them out and get them all ready, right? So that was quite the activity on its own, was to make the, to get them ready. Because especially if you had paper dolls that had come from somewhere like the back of a magazine, or I think even, does anybody remember if you bought a set of paper dolls, were they even perforated to come out, or did we have to cut them all out? I do not remember. I just don't. I don't remember that at all. But I loved having them. So much fun. Okay. But look at all of these. These were all the pocket things. And you wouldn't have to use them for pockets. I mean, you could easily cut them out. And this would be even a fun shape, just like with this. And you'd cut that out. But so many pieces, you guys. But yeah, come back on Thursday and we'll work some more on this book. But we're not done working on it yet. Let's put some more clothes in. So, and let's see. Maybe I'll just cut. I don't want to cut that one off. I might want to use that as a pocket. Let me just cut one of these off like this. And I'm going to put this behind her. Let's go ahead and ink it a little bit first. Kind of be a little bit of a frame. And we can also put some words and fun things like that along with our dresses. So I can see that we're not going to get done with this today. I probably won't even get done with it, while we're working on it on Thursday. There's so many fun things we can do with this, you guys. So many fun things. Can't find the cards and pockets files. Oh, yeah, Wendy, the link was given to us. It wasn't from the Etsy site, so I cannot help you with that, my dear. I'd have to go look at the site. Perhaps our designer can help you do that. And feel free to do that. Since we're all using your designs in here, please feel free to, help people find find the files that we're using today. Is that straight? Pretty straight. I like that. Okay. Let's put this on here. Or let's see. What is it? And here's some green on here. Let's put this on here. That's kind of pretty. Oh, no. Oh, let's use this one instead. It's kind of facing towards the flowers. I like that better. So now we're kind of getting a hang of it. We don't want to put this too far down. And I tell you what, this one looks like it's much more close fitting. But I do want to put it out to the side. I just like that better. I think it makes it a little bit more interesting. So let's go to our doll pocket. Find another doll. Do you notice how these sisters look all the same? They must be, let's see, how many did I have? I had 4 of them. We've got quadruplets here. So there we go. Yeah, that skirt or this outfit is really, it just fits along her arm. So I'm only going to do from the skirt down over here. And then, yeah, we'll tuck it down over here too. That seems to work pretty good for this method. It's just a little bit of a tuck along the bottom. And then it helps hold, you can stick her in there and it'll hold it in place. I like that. How many of you like my crazy method today? Oh, Sue says she lives in Washington. Her paper doll books were perforated. Okay. Yes, the McCall's ones, the McCall magazines, I remembered you had to cut those out. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, thanks for sharing that with us, Sue. I gotta see more. So much to remember. It is a lot to remember, right? And that's okay. It's fun to bring back things that that makes us remember some of those. And you know what? I tell you, it's kind of interesting to think that, just thinking about it, and I couldn't even remember if some of those were perforated or not. Man, that was a long time ago, you guys. Long time. Sometimes it's hard to believe some of those things were actually as long ago as they were. And Rose says she remembers using a big box for the dollhouse and cutout rooms. She remembers catalogs selling kitchen appliances and cupboards. Yes, right. I know. Oh, I tell you what, they sold everything. Oh, you guys, this is kind of funny. Our house was where I grew up. We moved out there when I was 7, but it was practically something like that. It was, in fact, I think, there were places that you could find them in catalogs, but it was a home that they came out and they basically did the real basic kind of bare minimum of getting the home together. They kind of got it roughed in, so to speak. I mean, they got all the framework, the foundation done, the framework, they got the roof on and everything. It was all enclosed and ready to go. And then you would basically be your own contractor, so to speak. And so we moved out there. It was just barely livable when we moved in it. I was 7 years old and we moved into that place. And we were constantly working around ourselves. I think my bedroom, or basically my sleeping area, or what I called my bedroom, I must have moved like 3 times, and at some point I had a cozy little bedroom, which later became like our second bathroom. There wasn't, there wasn't a bathing out area in it, but it had a great big counter in it. So I mean, it was an okay size, but when it was empty, it was just big enough that a twin size bed would fit in there, one direction. And so that was my room for a while. And, so as time went on, that was kind of funny to think that that had actually been my bedroom, right? Yes, I mean, it was almost kind of like you're right, it was like a house you practically got from the Sears catalog. Not quite, but, it always reminded me of that. I tell you what, we spent a lot of time at Ward's, and mostly Ward's. I don't know why, but Ward's and Sears. And oh my gosh, we were always there. And at the hardware store and the lumber yard, my goodness, I feel like half my childhood was at those kinds of places while we were always there getting supplies for building that house. Oh my goodness, my daughter found one, and it was hysterical. I probably still have it saved in my Amazon thing because it was so funny. You guys, they make this house, and these couple of goofy guys bought one of them off of Amazon and had it delivered. It folds out. It was huge, but it unfolds, and it is actually, a space for, it's like a house, but it unfolds. Have any of you heard of that? I mean, that is just funny. I'm showing my age. I am, yeah. And luckily, a lot of people are surprised. So that's okay. I'll take that. I'll take that with people being surprised at what that age is, perhaps. I always say, and then when they find out, like, about my kids and, grandkids and that I'm a great grandma, I always just laugh and I go, oh, I just started having children when I was an infant. That's it. Let's tuck her skirt down a little bit, you guys. Let's see if we can do that. And then we'll have that part done. So, but it's so globby, you guys. I'm going to have to break down and get a new bottle of Fabri-Tac. But you know what? I think I'm going to get one of the Sugar Bell bottles before I do that. I think that would be a much better idea. Look at that. I love this. I'm kind of digging the skirt. Okay. Oh, this stuff is so stinky. So smelly. You guys, it's gonna, now, if you're in the group and you can just refresh your page when I am done, and you will find Lisa Ahmad, and her page is is it craft or crafting? Let me look real quick. Craft Therapy with Lisa Ahmad. And crafting is pretty much therapy, don't you think? I'm going to just kind of bump that up there a little bit so it's not so far off of the page. Now, I'm not going to use this, but because this is too sheer, but we'll put some kind of pretty ribbon or something up there. I don't know. I can do that, and then I'll probably have to trim it off. But that kind of clashes. I don't know. It kind of clashes with her top. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. That's not too bad. What do you guys think? You think it looks okay just like that? I kind of think it does. I could do that. I could live with that, I think. You could have cut off the skirt and used it with something else for the top on another page. Cut off the skirt. Oh, I gotcha. Well, I could have, but I've got a printer. You guys, when you can print your own, you don't have to do that so much. Now, if this paper had been something that I had purchased, I'd have thought about that. I would definitely have not hidden her skirt under there and I would have done that. But since I can just print out another one of that, you know, I don't mind doing it at all. Yeah, I kind of like it. You guys, it's going to be time. Thank you so much for coming. And then, you know, and if you want to come join me on Thursday on my page, I will be on at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So it's not an event or anything. That's time it's going to be quiet around here, and I'll be able to, you know, hang out and work some more on my book. You guys, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I think it looks fine like that too. Thanks, Molly. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And I will see you on Thursday. So have a wonderful day, everybody. And let's go over and see what Lisa's going to do. You guys, and stay through the whole day. Oh my goodness, this is a fun event. We always love watching everybody on these days. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.